Modi Efrise Rimunyano Sachada. God bless you. When you come on, please share. When you come on, share. We have to pray. It's our afternoon prayer. Believers' afternoon prayer. Believers' afternoon prayer. When you come on, you speak in the language of the Spirit. Pray in the Holy Ghost. Declare this sound. Declare this sound. Declare this sound. The day I've been waiting for. The moment I've been waiting for. This sound. Pray the Holy Ghost. Pray the Holy Ghost. David said, I'm a man of prayer. He said, for my goodness, they return to me with evil, but I will give myself to prayer. If there can be a woman who can give herself to prayer, the controversies will be settled. I will give myself to prayer. I will give myself to prayer. Come to a place in your life where you become prayer addict. I'll give myself to prayer. I will give myself to prayer. Before coming to you now, I have fired from morning prayer till now. I have fired almost about 7 hours. From morning till now, I have fired prayer 7 hours. And we're going to pray. The element of prayer, what the power of prayer will do. Prayer is so explosive that when it explodes, it reveals exploits. Prayer is so explosive when it explodes, it reveals exploits. You begin to discover. That is why you need to pray. The only thing left for the church is prayer. My church shall be a house of prayer. My house shall be a house of prayer. It's not a house of worship. It's not a prophet house. It's not a house of singing. It shall be a house of prayer. When you understand the element, the force behind prayer, the force behind prayer, you are not late in life because you understand the force behind prayer. So wherever you are, go ahead, lift that beautiful voice of yours and begin to ask the Lord, use me. I need a sound of confirmation. Today, we are believing God for a sound of confirmation. A sound of confirmation. I need a sound of confirmation. Confirmation concerning my life. Confirmation concerning my marriage. I need a sound of confirmation. Lift your voice. I will do something new. I will do something new. Say as the Lord. I will do something new. I, God, I will do something new. By the time they hear it, it will surprise them. God said, I will do it. By the time I'm done doing what I will do it among you. I will do it among you. So I want you to lift your voice and pray. Hadalabazua. He said, 1 Samuel chapter 3, verse 11. The Lord said to Samuel, behold, I will do a thing in Israel at which both ears shall hear, and everyone that hear, it shall tingle. Wow. When did this happen? Says God said, I will do it. So all you have to do today is to remind God. He said, put me in remembrance. You say you will do something new. I am ready. Put me in remembrance. You are praying this afternoon. Sister, stop eating and pray. Stop eating. It is time to pray. Wherever you are, get up from the chair. You are too comfortable. Get up. Be confrontational. You have to confront the enemy. Confront the enemy. Confront the enemy. Confront the enemy. The Bible said, I will do something new. And any ears that hears, it shall tangle. It will make it in the other language. And they shall be shocked at the sound. I need a sound that will put my enemy into check for them to know they are enemies, they are not God. They are not God. I will do something new. 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 God, I am here to put you in remembrance. You promised me. that you will do something new. That all both ears, including my ears, including my enemy's ears, today it is called this sound. Your village must hear of this. Your enemies must hear of this. Your friends, your classmates, your inmates, your soulmates, everybody must hear of this. That God has visited Zion, that God has visited Bethlehem, Judah, that God has raised the remnant, that God has purchased the building, that God has given us financial breakthrough, that God has given you a new house. Everyone must hear of this. Are you praying? Labazadaba, Jegadabaloa, Andeleba Subarada, Ragede Barosta, Rabelo Masua, Bengele Balo, Mazabadabala. I'm not getting out of this lockdown, knockdown. I'm getting out. Look up, empowered. I'm getting out, blessed. So pray, pray. I will do something new. I will do something new. That is the word of the Lord. I will do something new. God, not old, new. I'm expecting something new. This afternoon, it is the sound. This sound I've been waiting for. There is a specific sound you've been waiting for. God, I need to hear that sound. Eh, it could be an alert on your phone. That is the money has been wired into that account. It could be a sound of a ring blinking on that finger of yours. It could be a sound of a wedding, a sound of a release, a sound of the voice of the Lord. I will do something new. Now, let me read the word that the Lord sent me to come and share with you. And I'll leave you so that, you know, since I've been bothering you these few days, I make you pray like, I like it that way anyway. So, God is going to do something. The first prayer we are going to pray is the book of 2 Kings chapter 7. 2 Kings chapter 7, dealing with the center man. In everybody's family, there is a center man, or there is a watchman. The watchman stands by the door and controls what comes in and what goes out. Elisha has come to Syria. When he came to Samaria. When he came to Samaria, they told him of the famine that they are going through, that people are chewing their own children. Then he prophesied and said, tomorrow by this time, tomorrow in 24 hours, there is a demon that fight 24-hour miracle. Say, tomorrow by this time, there will be enough. The Lord God will open the windows of heaven and there will be abundance. The watchman heard the prophecy. He waited for the prophecy to arrive. And then he also counter-attacked the prophecy. Sir, even if the window of heaven opens, this thing will not happen. There are demons who are in charge. When you went home and you told them that I received a prophecy that I'm going to marry, I received a prophecy that a new job is coming. When they heard it, they were the center men. They were the demonic midwives who stood by the door of your bed, and their assignment was to frustrate it. These are demons that fight against prophecy, fulfillment of prophecy. They stand by the gate. Never, never. Any man, any woman who is standing anywhere to say they will never see you prosper, they will never see you happy, they will never see you fulfilled, they will never see you on top. May God remove them. May God remove them. Their portion is death. The Bible said, and the prophet answered and said, you shall see it, but you shall not eat it. They will witness your wedding. They will witness your blessing. They will witness your breakthrough. Every center man in this deal, die. Center man in your marriage, die. Every center man in your relationship, center man in your finance, center man. When God speaks, they speak. When God speaks, they speak. Center man. They are evil center man. But as a matter of fact, I didn't even only come for the center man. You will go past the center man. I have something to tell you. Hear me very well. In the same 2 Kings chapter 7, the Bible said, and it came to pass, 2 Kings chapter 7, verse 7, wherefore they arose and fled and left their horses, their chariots, and they left and fled for their life in the camp. What happened? Why did they fled? The Bible said, and the Assyrians rose up to go to the camp. And as they were on the way going to the camp, the Assyrians, they heard the sound of a chariot, horses, and a sound of a great host. And they said to one another, Lo, the king of Israel have hired men against us. The king of Hittites and the king of the Egyptians are coming against us. They heard a sound. There was a sound they heard that made them fled. There is a sound that they heard that made them fled. Today, you have to understand the power of sound. Somebody must be scared of your testimony, the sound of your testimony. The Assyrians heard the sound and they fled. There is a sound that God is giving to some people here. It's a massive sound. The enemy will hear what God has done and they have no option than to flee. They heard the sound. How does sound manifest? The first thing you have to understand is that the people said, we got to make a move. Sister, you have been sitting too long. Mama, you have been sitting, you got to make some move. There are certain times you got to make this move to see this manifestation. You've been sitting, you got to make a move. This Bible said, and they made a move. When God is speaking, make a move. You got to make a move. They heard the sound, and then the Bible said they fled. They left their gold, they left their jewelry. All you need is embedding in the sound of your movement. Sound is a result of movement. If nothing moves, there is no sound. That is why when God speaks, you have to move immediately. For yesterday, now I'm speaking about sound because God is up to something in your life. Whatever doesn't move doesn't have sound. So God wants you to take a move. You got to move. Until you move, you can't activate the sound. The next level for you to see the glory is to scare your enemies by the sound of God. You got to move. You got to do it. Though you are scared to take a step and do that business and build that house and pray that prayer and declare that thing, you will not see manifestation. You got to make a move. You got to make a move. There is a move in your spirit. God has put in something in your spirit, and the move of God will always produce a sound. The four lepers said, if we sit here, we will die. If we go in there, we will die. It's better to do something in the process than to be waiting for the process to process you. Process something than something processing you. Because the more you sit quiet, the more the devil talk to your mind. You got to pray. There is a sound. Though you are in challenge, you got to pray. Activate your tongue because the sound on your tongue is the creativity of your destiny and the future. You got to speak. You got to talk. Don't be silent. Don't be waiting. You know, when you go through something, sing a song. Sing a song in your house. Break forth. Isaiah chapter 54. He said, break forth. She that has none. Break forth. You got to learn how to break forth. Stop thinking. You will go mad under this lockdown. You will go mad. You are quiet like that. You will go mad. Talk out. Speak. Move. He said the miracle. Already the prophecy has come. Sister, my dear, the prophecy has already come long time ago. What do you have to do? You got to make a move. The problem with many people is that they have heard the prophecy, but they are not running after the prophecy. You see what Habakkuk said? Habakkuk chapter 4, chapter 2, verse 4. He said, he that have the vision, he should run. The word run there is make a move, make a swift move. You got to run. Run after your vision. Run after your dream. Run after it. Don't be scared. You look where you are. You don't need money to get to the next level. All you need is obedience. You need obedience. Because sometimes God will not require your money. He will require fasting. God will not require your money. He will require prayer. God will not require your money. He will require waking up. Just only waking up in the afternoon. Are you hearing me? Just waking up in the afternoon. Just waking up in the midnight. Just doing rabababa, rababa. Look, you need to understand the power of the sound. Anytime God came down, there was a sound. Acts chapter 2, there was a mighty rushing sound. The sound is rushing. You must also rush. Are you hearing me? It's a sound. There is a sound. God is opening the door, but you have to listen to the sound and move by the sound. You got to move by the sound. There are many things that God has said for you. It's a prophecy, but you have to move, because without movement, there is no sound. There is no sound. I quite remember when we were believing God for this property. We're believing God for this property. There are many sounds in my spirit. I pick one sound. I say, God, this is what you are doing. This is what you're going to do. And I started moving towards it. I started fasting long time, planting seed long time, trusting God for it. I told you the first time on the January 14th, by the time we got to 16th, when we went to the property, nobody was there. By the time we show up, many people have showed up. They sold it to somebody. At the end, the person couldn't close. The person was asking only for 3 days. The person was asking for 3 days. The people said no. They gave it to us. Because why? I heard the sound. The sound was in my spirit that on my birthday, nothing will make me happy. So I petitioned God and I said, God, if there is anything you reward me with this. If there is anything you reward me with, for the year 7, you reward me with this. I was on the bed when a sound came. It's a man of God. So the agent said, Prophet Papa. The agent, that's how he called me. He said, Prophet Papa. The building is available. That night, remember my birthday on Tuesday. They celebrated it. They celebrated my birthday on Tuesday. When I left here on that very Tuesday, I was on the property. That time I've not heard any sound. I was on my property. Praying, pushing, believing God, sowing, planting. I was moving. I moved towards the sound. And the sound you expect is what comes. Listen, most of you here, manually, with prayer, kill the negative sound in your heart that you will never marry. You are not good. You are inferior. What makes you inferior? Are you the only person that have a big nose? What makes you inferior? Are you the only person that have a big head? What makes you inferior? I know I'm not the only person who have chingling leg. I know I'm not the only person who have small leg. I'm not the only person who cannot push shots. I'm not the only person. So why make you yourself inferior? Are you the only person who have a big stomach? A lot of people have big stomach. They are living. What are you talking about? So you got to move a sound. Go past your inferior complex and follow the prophecy. God knew how you look and he prophesied about you. Let me say it again. God knew how you look and he prophesied about you. God knew your relationship with him and he prophesied about you. God knew that you are not okay, you are not normal, and he still prophesied. So you got to chase the prophecy and don't chase your weakness. Chase your prophecy. Don't chase what you don't have. Chase what is at hand. Chase it. Chase it. Chase it. Chase it. My dear, you are not the only person that weave on doesn't look good on you. You are not the only person. You are not the only person. You are not the only shortest person on the face of the earth. You've tried all high heel. It's not working. There is a man looking for the shortest woman, and he will find you. So go beyond it. Make a move. Make a move. Make a move. And for you to hear the better sound, you have to come with the opposite sound. The sound, the positive sound. For you to know that there is a good sound coming, is when the negative sound starts coming. How do you know that? Because every opposition means you are in position. Let me say it again. Every opposition means you are in position. Yes. I wanted to comfort myself. I wanted to comfort myself. So I will call Minister Robin, I will call Dainty, and I will call other people, and I will ask them, what do you think about this? And Dainty was the only person. As for Robin, he gave me all the story that this person have money. They cannot, the building is gone. Let's look for another one. And they even started a journey of looking for another one. They started a journey. So after I speak to all of these people, and I get discomfort in my spirit, I say, "Chai, there should be a better sound. Some better sound are better than this one. There is a better sound than this one." That was what I was aiming for. I was aiming for that sound. I was believing for that sound. And eventually the sound came. Eventually the sound came. Eventually the sound came. So all the negative sounds you are hearing simply means there is a distinct, powerful, unique sound disguised in the bad sound. All your turn down is for your turn up. All your rejection is for your acceptance. All the delay is for speed. there is a sound. And what do you have to do? What you have to do is that you have to move. The people said, the 4 lepers said, we are inferior, we have leprosy, but we move. You see, they had leprosy. Leprosy was against the prophecy. Oh God. Their prophecy, their leprosy, their physical leprosy was against their prophecy. And when you have no prophecy, you have no prosperity. So they received the prophecy, but they will have leprosy. And the leprosy means, how can the leper, if you read the story, they went in the palace of the king. Somebody who you have, if you have leprosy, you are not allowed to come closer to anybody. Leprosy is not 6 feet. Leprosy is banishing. They banish you. They take you out of the family. It's not 6 feet. It's not coronavirus. They had leprosy. There is no way. When the king was sleeping, they used their leprosy to go and knock the king's door. I believe when the king came, they said, king, smell it. Smell it. The king have to smell leprosy because there was food. They were hungry. And the leopard people, the people with leprosy had the food. Look, they don't like you, but you will have what they want. They don't like you. They don't want to see you. You are nothing to them. Don't worry. Don't worry. After what I'm telling you, do what I'll tell you. You will see. They'll be coming. They'll be coming to beg you. Leprosy. Let me explain to you a little bit so you know who I'm talking about. Excuse me. You see, we're talking about Elisha and Gehazi. Okay? Gehazi had 3 boys. Let me give you. When I speak of the Bible, I go deep. I like it. I like the depth of the Bible than prophecy. Prophesying deep. Now, please, if you are with me, share 5 times. In fact, if you believe you are going to succeed, share 12 times. Press it till the share button is removed. To Facebook, just send you abuse. Okay, good. So the 4 lepers went into the city, and the sound of their feet changed because they were walking. They were walking. They were walking. They were believing God, walking into their miracle. The miracle is for you. The distance between you and your miracle is just 4 steps. The miracle, the distance between you and the miracle is not another day. It's another step. 1 step. 1 step. 1 step to the miracle. 1 step. Just 1 step. Let me explain to you who these 4 lepers were. The 4 lepers were Gehazi's sons. Prophet, how did you get that? Remember in the book of 2 Kings chapter 5, Gehazi followed Naaman and he went to take the gift from Naaman. After taking the gift from Naaman, the prophet declared and said unto him that the prophecy of Naaman will come upon you and your family. So Gehazi took the leprosy of Naaman and he went home. When he went home, his 3 sons were in the house. The 3 sons also received leprosy. So they became 4. And when 4 of them became with leprosy, they were kicked out of their house. So they have to stay out of their house. That's what the Bible says. And there were 4 lepers. The 4 lepers were lepers who have stayed with Elisha. They know prophecy. So, oh God. So God also knew oh God, can I say this? By Elisha, by Gehazi's greediness, he didn't even know that his greediness is still going to work for God's agenda. He didn't know that his greediness, even though he's greedy, he didn't know that God was going to remove him to be the fulfiller of the prophet he said before. So God took him out, even in his weakness. Sister, let me tell you something. Don't give up. Never. Don't give up. Never. You committed adultery. You committed abortion. You are wicked. You are bad. Even if you are a witch and you have repented, even if you are a prostitute and you have repented, you are still a candidate for God to use to fulfill prophecy. I'm telling you, you can't walk with me and be down. It doesn't matter what you did. I have the heart of God, the heart of my Father. He can still see Saul, who is a murderer, as a preacher. He can still see Moses, who is a murderer, as a deliverer. God can do it with you. Nobody. With you. Stop telling that this one deserves it. You don't deserve it. Who told you that lie? God will use you to do it. So Gehazi, even in his mistakes, he still had an opportunity to fulfill prophecy. So therefore, because he should have received, prophecy is like leprosy. It is very contagious. The guy, unfortunate for me, he had the other side of it. So he received the leprosy, impacted the children with leprosy, but yet he didn't prophesy, but he fulfilled prophecy. Most of you may not be prophesying, but your work is to fulfill prophecy. Are you hearing me? Like now, I came here. I said, the Lord has given me a vision, and somebody signed a check, 50,000. You are not prophesying, but you are fulfilling prophecy. Some of you, you'll be meeting people. You'll be meeting people in Africa. What you are doing now, you have no idea. You'll be signing checks for people in Africa. You'll be signing checks for them. Babe, can you check? Let me know how much you got. You'll be signing check. You'll be signing check for people, school. They have received prophecy that they will go to Harvard, they will go to Cambridge, they will go to Downstream University, and they didn't have money. But because you didn't prophesy, but you are a fulfiller of prophecy, you will meet them and say, I will give you scholarship. I will pay. I will pay for you. There is a prophet whom God has raised to become a global figure. The Bible says, how can they preach if they are not sent? So there are many people who ask to preach, but because nobody's finance is sending them, they can't preach. But you are going to be that prophecy. The biggest prophecy in the Bible is for you to be a kingdom sponsor. Can I say it again? The biggest prophecy in the Bible is for you to be a kingdom sponsor. Deborah, when I finish, come and pray for these people. The kingdom sponsor. Kingdom sponsor. Are you hearing me? Kingdom sponsor. Kingdom sponsor. Hear me. That is the biggest place you can find yourself as a kingdom sponsor. You are a kingdom agent. You do things that it blows people's mind because God has appointed you to do that. Kingdom sponsor. Now watch this. They fulfilled the prophecy. Why did they fulfill the prophecy? Because a prophet has prophesied. Today, I'm going to speak over your life. You will fulfill it. You will fulfill it. You will fulfill prophecy. You will fulfill prophecy. Deborah, one prayer you should come and pray. You are closing all the doors in the house. You will fulfill prophecy, regardless whether the devil like it or not. You will fulfill prophecy. You are a prophetic fulfiller. You will fulfill prophecy in the name of Jesus. You will fulfill. You see, that is why you think we should be going to the bank. There are people here. If you heard this message, by now you should be counting millions. You should be saying, oh, prophet, how much do you need? I want to give 1 million. 1 million should be like $10. But how do you get there? It's very simple. The way to get to that level is very simple. How? He that is faithful in little shall become faithful in much. If you are not making sound of the little you have, you can't make sound when you get it big. So you have to be faithful in little so you can be fruitful in much. Be faithful so you can be fruitful. If you are not faithful, you can't be fruitful. How do you become fruitful? You have to be faithful. So if you cannot offer God 1,000 now, when you get 100,000, you can't offer him 10,000. If you cannot offer God a 200 now, you can't offer him any bigger because it starts with little and then you begin to graduate to that level. The 4 lepers agreed to go. And you know what they said? They say, we will go. To make a sound, the sound that you are making determines the decision behind the sound. They said, we will go. If we perish, we perish. If we die, we die. So they were not going because they will gain. They were going because their life were on the line. When you are giving to God, you give to God like your life is on the line. It's your only $5, your only $10. I'm giving it. If I go hungry, I go hungry. They were not going because they have a reservoir. They were not going because they say, well, if we don't make it, we can dodge. They say, no, if we stay here, we will die. If we go there, we will die. When I'm giving to God, I give to God like there is no tomorrow. And I leave the tomorrow to him so he can decide my tomorrow for supernatural manifestation. The greatest place in life is to be a kingdom sponsor. You know why? I can only preach to you. But you see, when I have sponsors, I can be on national TV. And guess who is doing it? You are the one pulling me to that place. So the Bible says, how can they hear the word if they are not sent? And they say, how can they be sent? So to send them, it still comes to finance. That's the reason why, as a believer, don't be afraid of finance. Because the moment you become afraid of finance, that moment you rob your destiny and you rob your role. There is a volume that you must lift. Money is the kingdom volume. If you want people to hear the gospel, this thing I'm here is my voice. But you have the volume. You have the volume. You can open the volume with your money. So money is the kingdom volume. To open, you have to become kingdom volume opener. You have to open it with your finance. Now you have to make a move. The 4 lepers said, let's make a move. Let's make a move. I keep on telling people, you got to understand the mystery of living. Living is giving. Giving is living. You take a deep breath and you release it. You take a deep breath and you release it. Now let's do it one more time. Everybody, let's do it. Let's do this. Let's do this. We are moving. There should be a sound. You will even feel the sound of your breath. Take a deep breath. Give it. Lose it. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now you're going to breathe in. Obey the instruction. The power of giving. Obey the instruction. The Bible says, give, it shall be given to you. Pressed down, shaken together, running over shall men give to you. The word giving there, it's a neutral ground. It's not for money. We use that word for money, but it's not for money. That giving is not for money. And I'll explain it to you. That giving is neutral. Give slap, it shall be given. Pressed down, shaken together. Give smile. Hello. You see, when somebody come to you and say hello, and they laugh loud because you gave and they are giving it back, pressed down, shaken together. So everything that you give, it shall be given back to you. You give, clap, they will give it back to you. So giving is living. So we're going to do it one more time. Let's exercise this. Are you ready? Everybody, breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Take a deep breath. Breathe out. Okay, now obey this instruction. Let me show you when you disobey God, what happens. Take a deep breath. Give little. Don't give again because you just gave a few minutes ago. Don't give again. Don't give. Hold it. Don't give. As for me, I'm breathing because me, I'll give. You know why? Because if you give, if you take a deep breath and you give little, you are suffocating yourself to death. But if you take a deep breath and you give out, you see how beautiful it is? You give and you live. You keep and you die. You give and you live. You keep and you die. You give and you live. You keep and you die. Today, you did it yesterday. I have a good news for you. From yesterday, we were up to, I believe it was 195,000. Today, we are left with 120,000. Can you imagine how much people have given? They have given almost about 200,000, almost about 200,000 under 48 hours. And do you know who we're waiting for? We're waiting for you. You are the next person. There is a place that you must take in God, and that is out of your giving. You gave, you must give again. You want to create a sound. You want to create a sound. Create a sound. Create a sound in the kingdom that as the pickers and as the masons and the carpenters are hitting, they are hitting your money on the ground. They are hitting your 1,000. They are hitting your 5,000. They are hitting your 2,000. They are hitting your 10,000 because you've put in something in the soil. Today, I want to challenge you. Move swiftly. Say, man of God, I'm doing another 1,000. I'm doing another 500. We have nobody to go to. We have nobody. We ourselves will build God a kingdom. With the little we have, we will build God a kingdom. The leper said, we will move. We must move. We must move. My mother, who is watching me, who came yesterday with a seed of $25,000, please give the prophet a call. Give the prophet a call. Your mobile number I asked to call is not coming through. Give me a call. Let me share what I saw. Or come into the service. Come into the meet me in the church. Meet me in the church. Meet me in the church. The same time you came yesterday. Meet me in the church. The same time you came yesterday. Now, if I tell the time, I know that people will be rushing in here. So, Mama, meet me in the church the same time you came yesterday. Mama, the one who gave 25,000, meet me in the church the same time you came yesterday. I want you to move quickly, swiftly, and do it. Prophet, how are you? I've sold. Okay, you can sow. You can sow the 100. You can sow the 1,000. You can sow the 50. You can sow that. Anything you can do to add a sound. I told you that money is a volume. That's what the Bible says. Money answereth. Money answereth. All we have left now, I believe. I'm sorry. I have. There is also a seed that came in this morning. So if we take this 5,000, that means we are left with $115,000. That means in just 48 hours, we have given God $200,000. The accountant this morning said, Prophet, I'm so proud of the grace you have. I say, no, it is the people that God has connected to this ministry. It's the people. And this is just the beginning, because time is going to come when we go into the field. Because of the seed you've planted, you have fruits. You used to give 100, you used to give 10,000, but you'll be signing a check of 500,000 because you planted a seed, and there is now you are bearing fruits. Some of you say, man of God, the glass dome, I want to take the glass dome. Others will be saying, man of God, I want to take the chair, the 2,000 chairs. I'm taking it. Please, nobody touch it. Prophet, I am taking the carpet. Do you know some people have already sent message of what they want to do in the church? I told them, let us buy it first. Let us buy it first. So go quickly, swiftly, and then you just believe God for this prophecy. This sound, they must hear it in my village, in my city, my neighborhood. They must hear it. My husband must hear it. This sound, this quickly, move quickly. Now I want everybody to do it. Whether it's $10, $20, but I am looking for 57 people to plant a seed 333. 333. And those who have the capacity to say, man of God, can we push more for the building? We are pushing more for the building. I will push about 1,000. I will push about 5,000. I will push about 500. And somebody say, man of God, all I have is $50. Push it. Add the sound. There are people doing it now. I'm seeing the offerings coming in. Add the sound. Add the sound. Add the sound. All I need is a sound.